So at last night's TAP meeting, we talked about setting up wikis for all the major players and organizations that we want to keep track of. A wiki is an online, um, I guess, online information that's developed collaboratively. So what I want to do is show everyone how to use our website to create wikis so that we can compile our combined information and knowledge. So we decided and paid to set up our Tuscaloosa Accountability Project WordPress site as a paid site, which means we have a new website address. So let me just start with that. Now, to be able to do this, I'm going to have to give everybody a password. So, although I'm showing you how to set this up, let me just get this out of the way. To be able to do this, you'll first need to contact me and basically say, please set me up with a username and password, and once I do that, then you'll be set to go. So this is the old one, this is the new one, and let me just get my clutter out of the way, and voila. And I'm still signed in, but if I weren't, I would be able to go, let's see, I think I put meta stuff right down here at the bottom. So if I weren't signed in already, I would have just gone all the way down here to the bottom where it says log in and put in my username and password. Okay, so I want to show you how to do a wiki. We're going to do wikis as pages, not as posts. So WordPress lets you do pages or posts. Right here is a post for the blog, but if we go over here and click on new and then click on page. Now I could click on dashboard, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it for those of you who've never used WordPress to show you that you basically get behind the scenes this way, and feel free to explore this. This is really the nuts and bolts of how the whole site works. But today I just want to focus on doing a wiki, so I'm going to go to, as I said, scroll back up, and let's see, this is for posts. Here's pages. I want to add a new page, so I'll click on that, and we're going to just title it the name of the person or the organization that we want to write things about. And while we came up with the whole list, I asked for 10 top people that we really wanted to compile information on and that we know to be involved in municipal politics and goings on. We came up with far more, and it was pointed out that while we are particularly interested in compiling information on people who we believe may be involved in subterfuge, we also want to be transparent and make sure that we profile ourselves and our own colleagues as well, in the spirit of having a source for the media and the source for anyone who's interested in this information. So I'm going to start with our good friend Kelly Horowitz, and so you type the person's name in there, and we're going to be very, very simple about this whole thing, and you can do it, I imagine, in any way that you want, but we'll just put the information that we know. So for instance, married to Paul Horowitz, who is a professor at the University of Alabama. She's a lawyer, and I know that she's got her own website, so we could link to that. We've got lots of news items. We've got Twitter pages. Pretty sure there's a kellyhorowitz.com. I want to show you how to add a few links and stuff like that too. Okay, so say we want to add stuff like this. We could put contact info. Maybe we'll bullet it or something for the time being. Website. We know there's a Twitter account I just saw. We know there's a Facebook. I think this was at Kelly Horowitz. Right? So we highlight the URL, copy it, go back over here, highlight this, because we want people to be able to go directly there. Click on the link button there, highlight that, paste it. I like things to open up in new pages, so I have them both open. That's a matter of taste. We want to go back over here. I saw a Twitter page back here, or maybe that was over here. I saw Twitter here. I want to link to her Twitter. There it is. So I'm going to do the same thing. Copy that. Put that here. There was a Facebook page for the re-elect stuff. And I don't know if this is necessarily what we want to be putting up here, but for the sake of teaching everyone how to do it, I'm just kind of grabbing what's out there. I would imagine that a lot of those news stories might be more interesting. What her practice is will be something of interest, etc. and so on. Now, by the way, so here's some formatting stuff. I could do the same thing with Paul. I could look up his university site, which is actually what we want to do, right? We want to link. We want to link to people, link to what they're up to. Maybe Paul at some point will have his own page that might link to that. This will be right now. There's not going to be. Well, we'll see. Let's see. Let's put this under town. In other words, we're putting people in certain categories, and I would say I should probably set up a page for organizations. But basically what that means is they're not just a bunch of names floating out there in the middle of nowhere. A few other things I want to show you are... Okay, does this have it? Oh, okay. So if we want to put a photo in, right? And in this case, I'm just going to grab one off the internet once again. I bet she would love that picture. Here's a lovely picture with my wife and Marvin Lucas. We'll grab that. You can grab it from here. I like to get the best resolution possible. So we're gonna, in this case I don't have WordPress set up that we can copy and paste directly in. There are some plugins for WordPress.org sites or for sites wherein people have server space or have their site hosted on server space that they paid for, and then they use WordPress.com software. We're using WordPress.com as the host, which means that we can't add any new plugins for any additional flexibility other than what's already there. maybe they allow us to copy and paste directly. And well, let's try. I haven't tried this yet. I know in other WordPress, when it's hosted elsewhere, you have to put a plugin to allow that. Let's give it a shot. So I don't want to do this. I'm going to try to paste it. No. Okay. So what you need to do, save the image somewhere on your desktop, wherever. I'm going to stick this on my desktop for the time being. And then I'm going to go to Add Media. I'm going to upload the file, select it. So going to my desktop, there it is. I click on it. I click Open. Now I have the option, I can put a caption in. Here is Kelly Horowitz with Loretta Lynn and Marvin Lucas. I also want to copy it and put it in the alternate as well. This is for accessibility, so it shows up on readers and stuff for folks who are blind. And we want to do the alignment. I like, if you want it to be the center, then text won't appear to the right or left, but if you put it to the right or left, text can appear around it. I'm just going to center it for now. And then you can set the size. Some of these are really obnoxiously large. I like a nice thumbnail. A lot of the times it depends on the purpose. That's again personal taste, and then you slap it in there. And the other thing I wanted to show you is sometimes featured image is important. It's important for the way the photo displays when you post it to Facebook and other sources like that. So set featured image. You come in there, you choose the feature, and it might show it in some cases up at the top when we view the page. And let me see, is there anything left? Normally I would be looking for categories and tags to include in this. Now, if for any reason you want to, if there's some formatting here that is bothering you, and you're familiar with code, or you want to become familiar with code, it's easy enough to go over here and click on text, and you can see the code and you can manipulate the code. So for instance, I really don't like that space that's thrown in there like that, and so I will delete that, and then I'll go back over here and look, and oh my gosh, that didn't work at all. Okay, why not? Married to Paul. Twitter, website. Did I not? Contact info. Paragraph. Let's see. Let's delete this. See what happens. I deleted the bullet, but I still didn't delete the space. Okay, let's try that again. Well, you can play around with it and get to know the code. Here's another trick if you don't like that space. Let's see if this works. Press down the Shift key and then hit Enter. And voila, you have no space. But apparently it has something to do with the bulleting that I'm using. So anyway, you play with formatting as you like. Other things to teach you if you've never done this before. This is for block quotes. So if I have a quote by Kelly, quote by Kelly that I will want to share, right? Or let's say I don't like looking at it in this little box. I press this and it makes it bigger, and then I go exit it here, and let's say I don't want to post it yet, but I do want to save it. I do that here. Let me me see. I'm still looking for categories and tags. And I'll show you the reason I'm looking for categories and tags. So let's say I preview my page. I want to see what it looks like before it goes up. It's going to look like this, except this box is over here. I've never seen this box before, so until I figure out what it is, let's just lower that and get it out of the way. So this is what the featured image did. Kelly's poor face gets cut off, Marvin's face gets cut off. There's my wife. The reason that I like the tags is because they appear down here in a word cloud. The tags that have been used the most appear larger. So that's one way to start seeing patterns in who is appearing the most in our blog posts based on the number of times that they've been tagged. And then here are the categories. So we use master categories. I usually use these for the types of meetings that they've been to. Those appear here, so we can search for all the blog posts with those. Now this isn't posted yet. This is just a preview version. The page, it popped up in a new tab, so to post it, if I'm ready, I just go back over here. I'm going to get rid of this because this is nonsense. And right, so I undo this so it's the formatting is correct, and I hit publish. And to view it, where's view? Oh, by the way, so if you want to change anything, once you have, oh, there it is, view page. So once you've done that, it's posted. Now you can delete it if you don't like it by still going to pages over here. You've got your page under town. Here's edit. Here's throw it away if you don't like it. My name is associated with it, but I guess a few other things. If you go back here, where can I change the authorship? Okay, well, until I figure out how to work this actual, this slightly different interface than I'm used to, I'll have to add that to the comments or something after I post it. But you can always go back and edit it after you've posted it. You can always trash it if you don't like it. When comments appear, they show up here. You can see the stats of the site here. So if you had a post and you're interested in how many times someone has viewed it, you go here and it will show you, right? It'll show for the whole website and for the pages. And what else? Well, for now, I guess that's good enough. That should get everybody started. And I would say it's a wiki. Lastly, share it. Once you've done it, share it with your friends. These automatically are set up to share to the TAP Twitter account, but we don't have a TAP Facebook page. We just have the group, so it can't be shared there automatically. Share your posts via email. Once we get an email list set up, that hopefully will be automatically generated. Share via Twitter. Share via your own account. Share on Facebook. Oh, excuse me, it's late. Oh. And feel free to add to any other wiki that you see posted that you have information for. This won't work if it's not a collaboration by all of us. If you have any questions, just let me know. And cut. Where's the darn thing? There it is.